friends, have you ever observed ice skaters in their element? They are in a profession where their entire world is spinning around and around and around constantly, and yet they never seem to get dizzy or stumble or lose their footing. Why is that? Actually, it's because they have embraced the art of the pivot. A pivot happens when you are going in one direction and you stop suddenly and turn in another direction. This is something that ice skaters have to do all the time, but as human beings, we have moments in our lives, crossroads, that require us to pivot. Sometimes we find that we are not really graceful about our pivots. They're usually pivots that we are forced into or we begrudgingly drag our feet into. But if we are like the ice skaters, we realize that pivots are actually just part of life. Pivots are kind of inevitable. And so when we have the mindset that they are inevitable, and sometimes a pivot can be the direction change that you need in order to be successful, you start to look at pivots as something that should be embraced. So embrace the art of the pivot has become my life message, because in my life, God has had me pivot into so many different directions. In my 30 plus years of life, I have been an educator. I have been an administrator in higher education. I have had a nonprofit. There are many different roles and stages of life that I have pivoted into. If I had the mindset that I had to keep going in one direction and I was resistant to change, I would have missed out on all the great things that God had for me. So I say this for you. If you are sensing that God is crashing you headfirst into a pivot, you must realize some things about God. First of all, God does everything for your good and for His glory. Because those two things are happening, you are sure to be successful, because if God is moving you in a certain direction, it's because He has something good awaiting you. Also realize about God that He is preparing you for every good work that He has called you beforehand to do. That means you are made for the pivot. Everything inside of you is ready for you to make that change. Don't be afraid of what's coming. God is with you wherever you go. And so I hope this encourages you. Pivots are sure to come, not just in a global pandemic, but in every stage of our life. So whether you're pivoting to a new job, whether you're pivoting into a new relationship, into a new regional location, know that God has prepared you for the pivot. The Lord is your shepherd. You have everything that you need. So go into that pivot with confidence that your God is a big God who loves you and will never let you fall. He will never let you be forsaken. Thanks, y'all. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. While you're here, I hope you'll watch a few more of my videos. I have videos on minimal waste, sustainable living, on faith, on life, all kinds of things. So stick around. There are lots of great videos to watch.